Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at Uno. So it was one token that I called the screw it money on. So I refer to some of these coins, especially the ones on Kucoin. They are essentially gambles, but high risk, high rewards. And so I thought I might as well talk about this because there's a lot of coins that I don't talk about because I don't want to give the wrong impression off to people, and then they go putting money into things that, because at the end of the day, obviously none of this is financial advice, obviously. But there are obviously people who are going to, there just is going to be people that just go, oh, he thinks it's okay, let's do it. So I am relatively cautious about the things that I even do talk about. And in this instance, I decided, oh, well, the risk to reward does appear to be good, but it is certainly still a gamble. So basically, it's going into a new phase, super bullish phase. But it's obviously peaking at the moment, pretty high read on the old MFI over here, 92. But it can go higher. It can go higher because this is a small cap, super small cap, screw it money coin. And we are basically at the moment we are and have approached the main areas of major resistance, which is between here and here. So we're pretty much in it already, and this is based on these candle bodies and wicks around here. So we are pretty much touching that area right now. We see these candle bodies and wicks hit pretty much where we are. So I would expect this to have a sizable pullback. From the last video, I was talking about how we were below the cloud on the 4-hourly. We hadn't even got our golden cross. Now saying that we're about to get a golden cross at some point in the near future, as in like the next few days. We're likely to dump down into that, to which we did, and then it's up to you to decide where, if any place, where you would like to pick this up. Since dumping down into the golden cross, we had a 4-hourly conversion baseline cross, and that sparked continuation, and it's gone on to do very, very well, like extremely well. I mean, since my entry point, it's 200% up already, probably more than that. But it doesn't mean that I'm not expecting it to come down. I certainly am expecting this to come down, because when you have low cap coins like this that do pump massively, the gains are enormous, but they're only gains when you realise them. I don't intend to realise them at this stage, to be honest with you. Again, this is screw it money. The chart seemed good for a decent continued pump, but there's going to be ups and downs, and at the moment we're at significant resistance. So I just thought I'd update you all on this chart. Really, there are some gems on Kucoin, this one and a few others obviously that I've spoken about. If you join the Telegram and the Patreon, I suppose we can look at a lot more of these sort of things. We do live streams twice a week on the Patreon. We just look at lots and lots of altcoins, generally some stocks, but mainly altcoins. But this one's worked out pretty well, although we are at a resistance now. I'd expect a relatively large pullback on this one at some point soon, whether we enter the box, because we could obviously go all the way to the top over here, 78 cents, before we have that major pullback. You know what? It is screw it money. It could go all the way up, way beyond all of this. But personally, I would expect, being the cautious analyst that I am, that on the first pass, on the first major resistance, considering we've done a 200% pump in just, I suppose, a week, I would expect a pullback probably on the first pass, and probably a big one at that. Either way, though, pretty chuffed with the way that this is going. I expect it to continue. The chart looks good for what it is, and well played for the old screw it money there. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, which is why this is called screw it money. Don't put in more than you can afford to lose, because these sort of things, they can go the wrong way. They are very much subject to the overall health of the market, which at the moment is pretty healthy. And actually, this is outperforming not just Bitcoin, but the vast majority of altcoins as well. So it is kind of doing its own thing, which is also nice to see. Very encouraging for what I expect would be a really good alt season at some point down the line this year. Maybe over the next a few weeks or so. And I mean a proper continued alt season where market cap rotates out of Bitcoin into altcoins. We've been looking at something like that. It's difficult to put your finger on when it will happen, but maybe in a month or so. Maybe 4 to 6 weeks or something along those lines. It looks appropriate to imagine that would be the case. And for something like this that's already showing these signs of gains already, it could easily be one of those Kucoin charts that completely dwarfs its previous price action and ends up looking like that with a with an absolutely mammoth sized candle like this. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could. Anyway, I'll leave it with you there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.